pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, and the time being 6 p.m. The meeting of the Water Board is called to order. At this time, please silence all electronic devices. Donna, roll call.
Scott Mangles.
Here.
Patrick Kennedy.
Here.
Tony Higginbotham.
Here.
Ryan Maddox.
Here.
Frank Massey is absent.
Mr. Maddox, any additions or corrections to the minutes?
No, sir.
Minutes will stand as presented. Old business, none. New business, Mr. Burkhardt.
Good evening, everyone. I thought I'd give you a quick update of where we're at on the PER for the water mains and the elevator tank. Kind of give you a little bit of background. PER, which stands for Preliminary Engineering Report, and remind me if I start using acronyms you don't know. Engineers, that's all we do is talk in acronyms. So it's broken down into 6 different chapters. Chapter 1 is current conditions. That's basically describing what your water system is and what that is. So we are nearly completed with that chapter. Chapter 2, which is utility needs, where you start identifying problems and things that you need to address. We're probably about 75% through that, so that's moving along pretty good. And then chapter 3, which is kind of the evaluation of alternatives, that's kind of the meat, that's the bulk of the report. We're just getting started with that, probably about 10%. I hope by this time next month we'll have all those evaluations of the alternatives kind of vetted through and come up with that pretty well. So at that point, I'd say then we're probably about the 50%, so we'll have something to you to look at as well. Chapter 4, which is a proposed project, we haven't started on that. We'll just kind of put that as a placeholder until we have that, until you have a chance to look at the alternatives and kind of make sure you're comfortable where we're looking to go with that. So chapter 5 is environmental. Again, we're probably not going to do that until we get chapter 4 kind of wrapped up. And then the last chapter is public participation, legal, financial, and management. Basically, it's the catch-all for SRF. Anything that we haven't covered at that point gets thrown into chapter 6. That's also where there's a public hearing. Once we have the PR to a point where we can have a public hearing, we'll probably have it at one of your meetings here, and we'll lay out so the public has an opportunity to look at it, review what we're proposing to do. So minus the public hearing stuff, the rest of it's a lot of forms and applications that need to be filled out, and we're probably about 80% done with that at this point. Those are pretty boilerplate stuff. So kind of in a real quick, kind of tells you where we're at. Haven't had any real issues come up yet that are surprises, I should say. So we're working through the different alternatives. With line work, you don't have as many options. So a lot of times what you're looking at is the construction method, whether we install an open cut or we dig a big trench and tear everything up, or if we do like called trenchless technology, where we do a horizontal bore and that sort of thing. It's less invasive to all the surrounding pavement and that sort of thing, but there are some disadvantages. One, it's a lot more expensive, but there may be a couple areas where that makes some sense to do that. We'll also look at whether we stay in the right-of-way or get outside the right-of-way, be another alternative that we'll evaluate to some areas that more likely we have room to stay in the right-of-way, and there may be a couple areas with the looping of that we may have to get some easements. Questions?
What is the normal time frame between each chapter?
It usually, it kind of depends on what the project, how big the project is. We try to do these, I think I contractually have 6 months. I'm hoping that we can get this done in, 4 to 5 months. I hope by this time next month that we're ready to have a discussion with you to look at everything, and we maybe, see, that's October, this is October, so November. The goal would be to have a PER or a public hearing sometime, maybe December. I'd like to have things wrapped up by the end of the year. That way we can get it over into SRF's hands and keep things moving forward. So I'm trying to push the schedule as fast as it goes. So. Well, next month I'll get you something ahead of time that you can kind of page through some of that stuff. So good.
Rick, you're up.
Don't really have much other than, if you have any questions, I actually did my September MRO this morning, day one, and I think I emailed that to you about 4:30, if you got any questions on it. Everything's about the same. Making good water.
My mother asked me once a month, how's the water?
Well, good. So October 16th is the last day to submit our lead and copper inventory. Just to let you guys know, there'll probably be some people in the room that will be getting a letter from us, site specific, letting you know either there could be galvanized on our side or your side. Actually going through the inventory now to tally everything up to get to Darren for the PER. That's one of the questions. So we had originally on our side roughly 200 galvanized lines when we started this last summer, and we've probably replaced 50 of those already. So on our side, we're looking at probably about 150. Homeowner side, we have quite a few. So I'm guessing somewhere between 600 and 800 letters is going to be going out to individuals, so our residents. That's October 16th. At that time, we're supposed to hold off and wait for EPA to bring out their final ruling, I guess. So this could go all the way down to if we have lead on our line after a certain date. Part of the rule is supplying a pitcher with lead removal filters in it to the property owner until we get at least our side replaced. So just a heads up. That's all I have. Got any questions? And then I think we just have approval of claims.
Anyone would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say the same. Approval of claims will stand.
Mayor did tell me he wasn't going to be here tonight, so no mayor's issues.
Zach, anything to come before the board? Anyone?
No, sir.
Going once, going twice. We'll adjourn the meeting.